Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again as the Monday Night War Stories presents the pay-per-view war stories. The big shows that just laid the landscape for the Monday Night Wars. And, well, war is very apropos for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, WCW presents Fall Brawl 96 War Games. The big match to blow off feuds, or in this case, get them started in full force. And, I mean, what better way to start one of the biggest matches in history than with one of the biggest voices in history, the voice of a generation, the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. With me, as always, Dasheen Joseph Wessel.
I'm just here for DDP's music.
And you get it!
Yeah!
You get it, good sir.
Yeah!
Also, you get the Human Wrestling Database, Corey Mack.
This War Games is brought to you by the New World Order.
And all proceeds go to the Ric Flair Retirement Fund still?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think he's going to need it. He is Ric Flair. I'm sure he's doing well for himself.
Fast forward to 2017.
I saw him working out the other day. He can still go.
But he needs the money. That was my point.
Okay, this is true. This is very true. But anyways, we go into Fall Brawl, September 15th, 1996. The WCW is on fire, both in the ratings and in the locker room, because everybody is panicking. The NWO is in full force. They have stayed ahead of the WCW in every step.
They're adding people weekly.
This is their chance to stop this, nip it in the bud. WCW can come out on top in War Games. They can just nip this NWO thing in the bud.
Aren't they down a guy?
Well, we'll get into that a little bit more. But first, before we start the show, a couple of things about this. There is no main event beforehand. And I believe is this an ongoing thing, or is it just for the show?
Just real quick, I thought you meant to the pay-per-view. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. There is a main event, Jeff.
Yes. It's around this time that they quit doing the live hour-long like free matches on main event. It's really around this time the main event completely is just... It still exists, but it's really getting phased down.
Kind of a shell of its former self.
Well, in about... in a couple months, it gets rejected and sent to like Saturday mornings at 6 in the morning.
Will we be able to maybe watch it on CompuServe?
Possibly, sir.
Very possible. Dial up that 56K modem. Now, also, the one thing I wanted to get to here before we start the show is this is one of the big four, I would say, for WCW. We all know WWF has their big four. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of thinking about this on my way over to record here. Wouldn't this be considered one of the big four for WCW? Because you have Slamboree, Starrcade, I would say Great American Bash and Fall Brawl.
It's funny you ask this. Mm-hmm. You're right. Kind of. With WCW, it's split into two. There's the before Hogan, after Hogan. Mm-hmm. Before Hogan, you're right. Those are the big four. Right? Mm-hmm. After Hogan, though, there was and Bischoff came to power, there was a stylistic shift. And it was Super Brawl, Bash at the Beach, Halloween Havoc, and Starrcade by default still, but those were like the big four.
I was going to say, watching it at the time, I always thought Starrcade was their mania.
It is. Mm-hmm. It very much is.
Yeah.
But Hogan wasn't a fan of it.
You wanted Christmas off?
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to work Decembers. So, I mean, like, it was de-emphasized a bit, but it was still their big show of the year.
Yeah.
He just preferred Halloween Havoc. Like I thought, it was a way to make something his.
So, with that being said, Fall Brawl, how important was this leading up to this point? What's kind of the history here?
Well, Fall Brawl itself is a pay-per-view that's been around for 4 years, but the main event, War Games, is the linchpin here. It's been around since '87. It was a creation of Dusty Rhodes to fight the Four Horsemen. It was take two rings, put a cage with a top on it, do submit or surrender as the as the ending of it. At first, it's very much like a Royal Rumble type thing. 2 guys start. You'll do a flip of the coin, and unless you're Vince Russo, the heels always get advantage. So that the baby faces are always making the comeback. And then when you get everybody in there at the end, it's the match beyond. It's submit or surrender. That's it. Anything goes. There's no like fucking wussy way out. This was designed to put the horsemen in their place and end shit.
So what you're saying is if you have a massive feud between 2 factions, this is the best way to end it.
Yes.
So if you had, I don't know, a company fighting for its survival and being infiltrated by these young upstarts with classy yellow and black t-shirts, this would be an ultimate way to blow that off.
This would have been a great way to blow that off. Or at least add juice to it.
I'll say Nexus versus W. I mean, weren't we all asking for that at the point when that?
But
happened?
it would have been really hard to get that DDT no sell on the concrete if War Games was So I mean, you can understand why it couldn't happen.
I see.
It could have happened. With modern WWE, they would have gone outside the cage.
Oh yeah.
Thus negating the complete
Exactly.
point of War Games. Yes, they would have. You're absolutely right. They would have. It would. In fact, half the match wouldn't have even have happened in the cage.
Depends how much is happening on top of the cage.
Depends on what era. The Attitude Era, the entire thing.
As for 1996 Fall Brawl, we're coming to you from the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
That was a lot to say. And even back then, I was like, I love this. It's a tongue twister. There's a lot of shit going on. I mean, you talked for 5 minutes, but I think there was only an arena and a town in there.
There wasn't even a town. There was a name, what it was based off of, and then the word Coliseum.
Well, you said Winston-Salem, though. Like the whole thing. You said
the whole thing together, yeah.
Yeah. You talked for 5 minutes, but...
to be fair, I talk for 5 minutes all the time. It just all blurs together.
You're good at it.
This was also good at drawing a house, 11,300 the attendance for the show.
Well, you got 2 things. NWO is red hot, WCW is red hot, and...
Free tickets.
Well, ouch,
Not in
sir.
this one, sir.
This is horseman country.
You are smack dab in horseman country here. So, this should be fun. And we'll get this guy kicked off right now with our intro. Which I really like the intro here. It's a super stylized package about the rise of the NWO. With the black and white with just the small bits of color. And then they go and ruin it by having the shittiest explosion effect possible over the top of it.
You want a war? You're going to get one.
Then we get our CGI'd purple tank. And we cut to the arena as the pyro goes off around the 2 rings, which is always an interesting sight.
Yes.
And the first thing you think of when it's your first time watching a War Games-based pay-per-view, how is this going to work in the other matches?
Right?
So we're going to have a lot of fun with that tonight. Of course, Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, our commentary crew, all dressed to the nines tonight.
Ooh, with the pay-per-view. You know, we're not Sturgis anymore, so I can't wear my jean shorts, my Death Dukes, if you will.
Where's the couch?
Where's the red couch jacket, buddy?
We get a review of what happened on Monday, leading up to this with what happened in the rain with Sting.
That Benedict Arnold, that traitor.
How is WCW ever going to make up for this?
I don't know.
But then we cut to some images from Saturday night of Lex's Lincoln Continental getting absolutely fucked up by the NWO.
Do you want to explain that, buddy? Huh?
That is a man's car.
That's someone's car.
I knew that was coming, too.
Yeah.
No, I cannot. I heard he made some sort of comment about the Giant's mother.
Oh my!
Is that why the 7 foot, 450 pound giant is standing on the hood or the roof of a man's car, swinging out the windows?
Yeah, my favorite part though is before they trash the windows is Nash adeptly like just breaking into the car, looking at the ID, going, "Yep, that's Luger's," and it shuts it.
Hey, at least they were making sure it wasn't fans.
he was from Detroit. I have no doubt it's not the first car he's broken into.
I will say this about Nash. I loved his comedy. Like, his commentary he does, that one moment is just like, if they let him, like, if they gave him a time in his run to let him be the comedy, but still real, but face comedy type person.
Oh, his commentary run towards the end actually has some really fun stuff in it. But gentlemen, it's time for our opening match.
That's the only one thing me and Corey can agree upon. DDP's generic music.
And he comes out in full glory with the cigar.
Good God!
And he's taking on Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Where's Eddie?
That's a good question.
Is he still dead from that top rope diamond cover?
No, I think he was working Japan.
Okay.
I didn't get to see that at this point. You get a lot of that later.
Notice you don't see Dean around either right now.
Yeah, because I have a few questions in the later on matches.
But this, of course, is the continuing rivalry between the Guerreros and DDP. And Chavo out quick, a couple of nice drop kicks, and DDP to the outside. Hits that front flip plancha to the outside. Chavo starts just going crazy on the outside, including finding somebody's belt and starts whipping DDP.
Isn't that a DQ?
It's on the outside. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Slingshot press back to the inside, and that gets 2. Then it hits a running crossbody, but that gets 2. DDP then with a diving clothesline off the top rope. You think it was Kane all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Then he hits a inverted exploder suplex. Okay, so now he's ripping off Nakamura? Wait, okay. This was before that, wasn't it? Shit!
How is this possible?
He is the innovator. Everybody's stealing their offensive Diamond Dallas Page.
Page ski.
We come back, Chavo, with that springboard crossbody. Then a missile dropkick off the top, and that gets 2. Then hits a flying head scissors off the top, and that gets 2. Then DDP throws Chavo. I don't know where he threw him. Into the ring.
That's the kind of in-depth commentary you can only get from the voice.
Sometimes you get.
I saw he threw him into Narnia.
He threw him back into the ring because they were on the outside.
He threw him somewhere. I don't
He
know.
saw a portal, and let's see where it went, and he threw him into the portal. But the other side of the portal.
That's why he threw him back into the ring. Then he hit the tilt-a-world sidewalk slam, but that got 2. Chavo's head scissors out to counter the tilt-a-world was really nice. But then DDP hit the tilt-a-world sit-out powerbomb. Holy shit!
Love watching old DDP matches.
I got 2.
He can only do it on the light, guys.
Yeah.
Then Chavo finally gets a little bit of a fight back, goes for a backslide, but DDP turns him around. Diamond Cutter, that gets the 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Diamond Dallas Page. So, Corey, what's your star rating on this one?
This was a really fun opener, really energetic, got the crowd paced for the night. I went 2.5.
I can see that. No, that's a very good one for that. We go back to the back, and there's Harlem Heat, Sister Sherry, and Colonel Parker's Cock on CompuServe. Well, none of them are typing. There's a guy in front of them that they're all harassing.
There was one typing, but once the camera turned on, they had to...
They had this. They're just harassing the CompuServe guy the entire time.
John Henry was out.
Yeah.
But once the cameras...
That wasn't a guy in front of the computer. It was Colonel Parker's Cock.
That was John Henry typing.
It was John Henry in that stylish denim polo.
Yeah.
Then, this segment. We get a WCW special report with Mean Gene Okerlund.
Right?
Called The Attack.
Investigative reporting.
Literally, it's just the NWO story so far.
Yes.
That's all it is. So if you haven't paid attention, go back and listen to basically the last 3 months of what we've done here on either the Monday Night War Stories or the Pay-Per-View War Stories, available on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and DosoEntertainment.com.
Funny thing, where's Mean Gene? This is his only time on the show.
Yeah.
This is true.
We'll probably have to talk about that more tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
And there you go. With this, we go to our next match, a submission match.
Oh,
as
boy.
Scott Flash Norton takes on Ice Train with Teddy Long as his corner man.
Their submission techniques are on fire. I
Yeah.
honestly forgot this was a submission match.
Hey, man, Ice Train was the Zack Sabre Jr. of his day. The look I just got from the voice.
I believe so.
Anywho, well, he did hit a nice Northern Lights suplex to start.
Not really sure how that fits into a submission match.
Yeah.
Norton with that nice DDT, then hits a back suplex. Ice Train with a power slam. Scott Norton counters with a cross arm breaker. Actually, a really nice, perfectly put in cross arm breaker. Ice Train gets out, a couple more moves, hits a senton.
Is Teddy Long heel / face
No, he's face.
manager?
He's facing a net.
Because I know he's face, but later on in
nice.
the match, he starts like doing heel tactics.
We'll get to that.
And it confuses me.
Because Scott Norton really starts to control the end of this match. Hits that Alabama slam. Then puts in a Boston Crab. Okay, submissions in the submission match. Then, this is where Teddy gets onto the apron. And Norton's like, oh, if you throw that towel, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass in. Goes after Teddy, which is just enough for Ice Train to come behind and lock in the most dangerous move in all of wrestling, Full Nelson. Which gets Norton to submit.
I think
Your winner on a Full Nelson.
I
Ice
think
Train.
like Jericho, Malenko, and they learned from Ice Train and
How to lock in a...
how to do great submissions.
I thought so.
I know what I need. An
I saw
Ice
Ben
Train versus Masterpiece Chris Masters Full Nelson versus Full Nelson match.
Well, it couldn't touch Hercules versus Billy Jack Haynes when you're talking about the full Nelson down. But you know, whatever.
What's your star rating for this one?
1.5. It was not a very good match. It was Teddy Long's presence just throws shit off, and not a lot of
Right.
submission stuff for a submission match.
That's what I'm
so-
saying about Teddy Long. Just because I'm like he's face for Ice Train, but when he's with Pittman, heel. But I feel like he forgets who he's managing sometimes, and then he brings the heel tactics to the face, and then the face tactics to the heel.
Yeah, a little bit.
Playa.
Okay, with that done. Okay, one thing about tonight's pay-per-view, there's not a lot of segments between matches. It's a lot of just go, go, go.
Yeah.
It also helps that a lot of the matches are actually kind of long. In this segment, I call, oh my goodness, 3 great matches back to back to back. Let's start with the Mexican Heavyweight Championship being on the line as Conan with Jimmy Hart takes on Juventud Guerrera.
Substituting for an injured Psychosis.
Yes. Go ahead.
Where's the belt?
That's one of my things, yeah. Apparently, there was no doubt as to who was winning this match, that Conan must just have not have brought it to the States.
He just left it back in Mexico. Of course, Tenay out on commentary for this match.
Was Conan even champion at the time? They
Yes.
let's just call him it.
Or maybe the belt didn't go with the new Cholo look.
Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But Hoovy comes out. He's very pumped for this match.
So pumped.
That he forgets where he's going and trips over the stairs.
Yes.
Look where you're going, kids.
You know how I explained that? And I was going to say it, but you kind of... That's Hoovy doing Hoovy things.
Yeah.
That is the best way to describe that.
That is Hoovy doing Hoovy things. Okay.
Hoovy screwed Hoovy.
Yeah. That could be the story. That could be the title of his career.
Do I have a page and a half of notes for this match? Yes, I do.
It was
Oh my
there was
goodness.
a lot going on in
This
this
is
match.
a fucking great match.
I thought it was sloppy.
It is a little bit, but it's so much fun.
Good,
You
but
get
just
past
sloppy.
it. Start off with Conan with a...
Joe, that's called Lucha.
Oh, is it legit?
Yeah, just
Oh.
expect it. Conan with a released German suplex that Hoovy does a 1.5 gator on.
Is the mat filled with trampolines? Then it's not fully lucha.
That's true.
That's true. Then he press tosses Hoovy just right out of the ring
Right?
to the
I
outside.
love that spot. Get out of here, bitch.
Then Okay, we talked about how do you use 2 rings in a match. Well, you get Juvi 2 Guerrero in a match.
Juvi will show you.
And he does I hope I got this right.
Quotes.
A triple springboard senton plancha. Because he bounced from the right ring, starts in the near side, off that rope, off the rope facing the second ring, off the rope on the second ring into a senton plancha.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I just love listening to like Heenan and Dusty doing this. Mm-hmm. They don't know what the hell is going on, and it's like they're questioning. What the hell? Why is he jumping on those ropes like that? Wait, why is he going to the other ring? God, what's going on?
That got a 2 count.
Today, say it. Tell them what's going on.
And then Mauro Ranallo's favorite move follows. It's a tope suicida!
Yes.
Juvi then with a springboard off the guardrail that Conan just catches him and turns it into a fucking powerbomb.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of shit going on in this match.
One of my favorite Conan moves that I always remember, that wheelbarrow lariat.
Oh yeah.
And then that nice bow and arrow variant.
Oh yeah.
By the way, we get a hotline promo here during the middle of the match.
We gotta get a hotline
because Eric Bischoff has some hot news about the futures of Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I wonder what that has to do with.
I've heard rumors on Raw about something.
I don't remember hearing their names though. I heard Diesel and Razor.
That is the ultimate trolling on WWE's part. They are going to make money off of WWF's storyline.
Why not?
WWF's not.
Yeah.
Okay, for this next spot, we need to paint the picture here.
Painting.
So, Juvi's in the right ring.
Yep.
Conan is standing in the space between the 2 rings, between the 2 sets of ropes.
Yes.
I thought someone was going to die.
Juvi does a springboard, head scissors, bringing Conan into the left ring.
Yes.
Holy shit.
But here's the thing about this match. I think this is the match the ref follows them and they go to each side of the ring. Mm-hmm. Because later on, the ref's like, no. Bring it back to the left ring.
I think in this match it was like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah.
Including when Conan powerbombs Juvi from one ring to the other. Then Juvi misses an Asahi moonsault. Which leads to, what else? Another Conan powerbomb. He likes powerbombs.
Especially on little dudes.
Yes. Then he goes for a German, keeps the lock, then hits a release German suplex. Juvi, not to be outdone, springboard drop kick. Then Conan drop kick off of the apron down to the floor. Comes back in, missile drop kick, that gets 2. Then Juvi with a springboard spin heel kick. Conan not to be outdone. Wheelbarrow German suplex.
Love that move.
But Juvi, he's got his last salt here. Somersault leg drop. Then goes up. 450 splash. Gets 2. Goes back up. Does like a spinning knee drop? Sure, why not? That gets 2. But Conan's like, no. I'm done with this. Alabama Slam. That gets 2. Muscle Buster. That gets 2. Takes him back up top. Super Splash Mountain. That gets the 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still the Mexican Heavyweight Champion, Conan. Star rating for this one.
Man, I remember enjoying this, watching it back then. I fucking loved this match this time around.
Holy shit.
And I may be going a little high, but I went 3.5.
I kind of almost got higher.
I mean, I really enjoyed this. It was a little sloppy at times, but...
That's Lucha.
Yeah, it was... Man, this was good.
Okay, so we all had fun with that. How can we top this?
How about 2 Canadians trying to kill each other?
Well, let's do that as babyface Chris Jericho takes on Chris Benoit of the Horsemen. If you couldn't tell, because, oh my god, the pop he gets coming down to Horseman Country.
Joe, how are you feeling about ultra babyface Chris Jericho here?
Like I've said before, off air, it feels weird. Like,
a little wrong,
I just
doesn't
don't
it?
know what to do with it right now. Like, seeing him debut on Nitro a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, cool, Chris Jericho. And then watching, I'm like, who's this Chris Jericho? I don't like this one.
Well, then can I at least ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you were in the audience when he was to go and press himself up against the guardrail, would you grab his pec?
Probably.
Okay. Well, just most guys did at this time.
The question is, did Joe grab his pec?
Or whoa,
His John Henry?
it's the shaft of Jericho.
I almost
Make it stiff, man.
Anywho,
Well,
so
there's the drop for this podcast.
so if the last match was a little sloppy, this match was a little bit of, oh my god, is he still alive? Because there'd be some stiff shots, and there'd be some work rate.
Because they came from the dungeon, buddy.
Benoit starts off with a nice back suplex, which I always love for him.
But I told Jeff this before he could go on this match. How do I get a babyface over? Oh, I got it. Let's face him against a horseman in horseman country.
Yeah, right.
Flair country.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best move.
No.
Benoit Alabama slam. Then he puts on the fucking lion tamer on Chris Jericho before Chris Jericho ever used it.
Not gonna lie, Benoit's lion tamer looked a little bit better than Jericho's.
He
sometimes.
sinks that thing so deep.
Yep.
Oh, it's beautiful. Jericho, not to be outdone, spin heel kick gets 2. Then a dragon screw leg whip. Then his beautiful triangle drop kick. Always love Jericho's triangle drop kick. Then a triangle plunge into the outside. Back in, missile drop kick, that gets 2. Hits a power bomb, that gets 2. Dragon suplex gets 2. Benoit, not to be outdone, back suplexes Jericho out of the ring. That was not a safe spot.
No.
Shit. Benoit gets him back into the ring, diving headbutts. That gets 2. Concussion counts.
1.
Jericho with the bridging Northern Lights suplex. That gets 2. Jericho tombstones Benoit. It looked a little deep.
Concussion count 2.
Then hits a fucking super Frankensteiner on Benoit.
Shall we make it 3?
That gets 2, by the way. Then Benoit takes Jericho up top. Super back suplex. That gets the 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Chris Benoit. Star rating on this one.
I also went 3.5 on this one, sir.
Different match.
Yeah, way
But
different.
still damn good.
2 of my favorites. This is a match I remember really liking from my teenage years. So, yeah. And hey, we're halfway through the pay-per-view already. This is much better than I remember it being as a show.
Now, if only the next match could keep up the pace.
Well, let's see what we got here.
Cruiserweight Championship on the line. As Rey Mysterio Jr. takes on Super Callow.
Well, Mike Tenay expects this to be a high-octane type match. All offense, no defense.
That's a pretty safe call tonight.
Yeah.
By the way, he is back for this match. He took the second match off for some reason. I would have just kept him out there for fucking Benoit and Jericho.
Right?
I just don't understand why. Yeah, like I was exactly.
They only let Tenay work when there's Mexicans in the ring.
Yeah, right. So they can say, instead of Hurricanrana or
Or as I believe it was Dusty or Brain pulled out here. I can't remember which one of them did it. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
Yeah.
Which was really fun to write down.
Oh, Jesus.
As for the match itself, Callow starts off with a running power slam. Sure, why not? Ray counters with a springboard Hurricane Rana, that's 619 feint. Callow with the rebound power bomb, that gets 2. Then a springboard shoulder block. Missile dropkick to the outside. I hate watching him do that move. Because he does it from the top rope out to the floor.
That's gotta hurt like a son of a bitch.
Oh, that's not fun.
crash landing.
Yeah.
Crap.
Then he does a senton plunge to the outside, brings back in, gets 2. Sidewalk slam, that gets 2. Then he hits a springboard inverted Frankensteiner. That gets 2. Callow starts working the arm, that short arm scissors, that key lock. Then he puts in a Romero special. Turns it into that backslide for 2. Ray, not to be outdone, crossbody. He tries to get Callow over the top rope with the crossbody. And Callow is kind of just halfway over.
Dangles.
So the ref comes over and he's going to throw him over.
Was that ref Nick Patrick?
No, it was not.
Okay.
But then he realized he's on camera, so he pulls him back in. It was a Royal Rumble spot. Eventually he goes over thanks to Ray. Then Ray hits that somersault senton to the outside. Springboard back in, but eats a drop kick. Callow gets 2 count off of that.
Dun 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 dun.
My page flipping music.
Yeah.
Ray with the springboard seated. Okay. He hits a springboard
seated. Okay.
It is a springboard to seated springboard Hurricane Rana from the apron to the floor. Holy shit! What was he thinking?
He's not. Wait, this isn't super crazy.
This is more crazy than super crazy. Hits a baseball slide to keep Callow on the outside. Then hits another springboard somersault senton to the outside. Comes back in. Senton sunset flip, that gets 2. Then a springboard bar. I just call it a body varial because he just spins in the air and runs into him. That gets 2. Ray gets popped into the air, turns that into a Frankensteiner. That gets 2. But then Ray, from one ring to the other, double springboard Frankensteiner for the 3. Your winner and still the Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio Jr.
I just want to say, I like 2017. I felt like, just like 2017, no one really cared about this match until the latter part. Like, they went, ooh, ah, for the high spots.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but I honestly felt like I could find the guy that reads the newspaper from the Iron Man match in this crowd.
People just don't appreciate good wrestling anymore.
Well, here's the thing, and this was going to be an uphill battle in WCW from time to time. Mm-hmm. They're in Horseman country. This is North Carolina. Southern wrestling. When you think of Southern wrestling, lucha does not exactly equate.
Wait, Tully and Arn didn't do any flips and stuff like that?
So some lucha matches and wrestlers in WCW that time didn't really get what they would in, say, Chicago when they were in, say, Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't what they were used to. Mm-hmm. And this was a really good match. Mysterio, at this point, I'm pretty sure, just inventing moves on the fly for the fuck of it.
That senton to seated, senton Frankensteiner to the outside. What the fuck?
That was amazing.
That is insane. By the way, what's the star rating on this one?
For the third straight match, I went 3.5.
This is going to make the end of the night very interesting. Yeah. Because those 3 matches in a row can base a pay-per-view.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness.
However, I'm predicting we will take a sharp downturn right about now.
Well, as Tony Schiavone rips off Monty Python, and now for something completely different.
Yeah.
WCW Tag Team titles on the line.
Steiner Brothers?
No.
Oh, wait.
Remember Scott's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So, Harlem Heat with Sherry and Colonel Parker's cock take on the Nasty Boys.
Huh.
Yeah.
We're all so thrilled.
And by the way, guess who's starting off the match for Harlem Heat?
Stevie
Ray. So Stevie Ray and Sags.
I will say one thing about
clubbing
this match.
Commences.
I will say one thing about this match.
Yes.
It is the Nasty Boys' most organized match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't involve Public fucking Enemy.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow night, probably.
It's funny, because I was watching this, I was thinking, I kind of miss the Public Enemy.
I missed the 2 camera angle for a little while.
Yeah, this is just club for most of it. Harlem Heat does a very good job working the ref, though. Between the 4 of them, getting the ref out of position to get the advantage, they do a very good job of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until Sags pulls Sherry into the ring. It's like, stop fucking up. So assaults a woman. They're the faces, by the way.
Of course.
Faces hit women.
Then Sags is a pile driver on Booker. That gets 2. Sags is running the goes up to the top. And then Parker trips him off the top turnbuckle. Sags then gets leveled by Stevie Ray on the outside after chasing Parker around. Bobby says they need to get Sags into the ring to win the titles.
Well, okay, Bobby's been drinking a little.
Bobby, we love you, but they're the champions. They can retain, man. He's just used to the Nasty Boys being tag champions. They've been 4-time tag champions at this point. Knobs with a nasty splash on Booker. That gets 2. Then the Nasties hit that combination pump handle slam into a splash off the second rope on Booker. At this point, the ref is distracted by Colonel Parker. Sherry comes in.
Did he whip out John Henry?
Maybe that's why he was so distracted. Well, Sherry comes in with Colonel Parker's cane and whacks Knobs right over the head with it. Booker covers for the 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still the tag team champions, Harlem Heats. Star rating on this one?
2. I found it really disjointed.
Wasn't great.
It just, the Nasty Boys in 1996 to me are just so played out. And maybe it's because, unlike you guys, I grew up watching this in real time. And you guys, because we didn't do this all the way back in 95.
We didn't?
From late 94 through like late 95, these guys had like a never-ending feud for the tag belts. So I've probably seen, I'm not joking, 20 different Harlem Heat versus Nasty Boy title matches.
Well, this is a problem for me as well because...
And they all are the same.
Because I remember even back when you were introducing me to wrestling, in the late 80s into the early 90s, the Nasty Boys were a thing.
Yeah.
And I hated them.
Yeah, I've never a
fan.
I hate them. I hate them, right? Like, watching them, these matches, I just go, there are better tag teams right now. I don't care about Hogan's friends. Can we... Let's get past 1992 Nasty Boys.
We got Booty Man off TV. Can't we get the Nasty Boys off TV too?
Not quite.
Not for another 2 years.
But let's go ahead and get a little commercial time in here.
Okay.
Because it's time for WCW t-shirts, what the big boys wear.
Oh.
And this time it's time for your Fall Brawl t-shirt. But this time it's pumped to you by Full Tilt Boogie.
Now that's a t-shirt, my friend. This black and white pieces of shit.
It is a handsome white t-shirt with a over-adorned Fall Brawl logo on it, which...
I think that probably sold more than those NWO t-shirts.
I'd be willing to doubt that. But
some people like white t-shirts, some people like black t-shirts. There's nothing wrong with it. This one did cost $19.95.
Yeah.
With shipping and handling. I think the NWO shirt was a little more expensive, if I remember right. So I would...
higher demand?
No.
I don't think
I haven't seen a ton of them around yet.
You will.
Okay. I'll take your word on that. Then Mike Tenay's in the back doing promo work?
Yep.
Okay. And he's got Macho. And Macho's thinking. But he's not looking ahead of this match. He's got his eye on the prize. He knows he's got Hogan already locked down. Mm-hmm. But tonight he's got to take care of business with that stinking giant. Mm-hmm. Which leads us to our next match. The Macho Man Randy Savage takes on the Giant.
I'm torn here.
Who comes out to his own music.
Yeah, fucking WCW production.
And then they hit the NWO music.
He's like pretty much in the ring and they start the NWO music.
Right? Like he was halfway down the ramp, then he starts running, and as he's running, NWO's like, down, and then match starts.
It's like somebody's like, hey, he's not in the dungeon anymore, you son of a bitch.
Hey. And... this is like one of the bigger disappointments for me right now watching this pay-per-view is the NWO music. I'm like, all right, cool beat, cool this, that. You never hear it once.
Right.
You hear it for that 10 seconds.
That's about it, yeah.
The group sucks. Music, I like it.
One thing is the Giant can't make it into the ring because Macho keeps cutting him off at every corner. Are you okay in this match, man?
I'm torn, man. I'm torn over here, man. You know what?
I mean, you should be a fully in the... I mean, I listened to the masterclass, the top 10 wrestlers of the Human Wrestling Database, Corey Mack, available here on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSoulEntertainment.com.
Yep.
And the Giant was not on that 10 list.
No, he was
on that 10
not.
count.
No, he was not.
Macho, I believe, was very fucking high on that list.
He was indeed. And my allegiance to the Macho Man is still strong as ever. However, I am also fully endorsing the New World Order as what needs to happen in the world of wrestling.
They're scum.
So I'm very torn.
vandalized.
Your favorite wrestler versus a group of hooligans and thugs.
Yeah, they're thugs.
No, they're businessmen who are going to help the entire industry.
By
shape the
making
future.
demands.
Stop.
By making terrorist demands.
Holy shit.
I mean, I don't know if I quite go that
Oh,
far.
they got Mountain Dew
and pot pies.
pot pies in there.
So did Sting. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Oh.
What?
Sting offered pot pies and Mountain Dew the production staff after Kevin Nash did.
This is a coincidence.
Is it oh my goodness.
Wishful thinking, sir, on your part, Mr. Lussell. But I will say, I'm hoping that Macho Man might see the light. Maybe, the Mega Powers were great. I'm hoping one day they can put this behind them.
I don't think they were.
I don't see the Macho Man ever. I mean, the Macho Man is batshit crazy.
Yes.
I don't see him ever aligning with anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
he just does his own thing.
What Hogan did to Miss Elizabeth?
That hasn't happened yet.
No, as Mega Powers.
Oh, okay. The lust.
The lust.
Okay, Jesse.
Well, to be fair, Miss Elizabeth, Linda Hogan.
Whew, that's a no-brainer.
Linda Hogan?
No.
Why?
One's beautiful and one's a real bitch.
Anyways, back to the plot. Macho eventually does go out and just starts beating up on the Giant. But the Giant just picks him up and throws him over the top rope back into the ring. Because he's the fucking Giant. Then the Giant locks in a fucking Boston Crab.
Right?
Okay. That seems painful as
Like, if
hell.
I'm Randy Savage is back, I'm screaming right now. Like,
But luckily he was too close to the ropes, was able to reach. Giant thinks he's won, but no. Then Giant just catches Macho on the fly, slams him. What the hell are you doing? Then Macho gets the power back. He slams the fucking Giant.
I knew he could.
Then goes up, drops the elbow.
I don't think that Hogan guy could.
Well, let's find out, because here he comes down the ramp. Because
Brother.
Hogan's out.
Brother.
And Macho just fucking bolts and chases him. Right up to the top of the ramp. Now, inside the ring,
Yeah.
Giant is talking to the ref.
Who's Nick Patrick?
I mean, there's just interference in this match. I would talk to the ref too. But, what the fuck? It's the Outsiders.
They jump him. And
Eating the crap out of Macho at the top of the ramp.
And I will give WCW's production crew props for this scene because they zoom out, they do a super wide shot, and they have the Outsiders and Hogan jumping Macho, but they have the screen behind them, and you can see what's going on in the ring. Which that sleazy scumbag Nick Patrick was checking on the Giant.
His back was turned. He didn't see it.
Exactly. I mean,
But-
the Giant is asking him
Wait.
how much time is left in the match.
Wait, here's the thing, though. If I remember, if it was not the last pay-per-view, it was pay-per-view before that, he saw very similar interference in a tag team title match, which involved the Outsiders on the ramp. And he claimed he was the best official in the world because he
And
could
he
see
stopped
both
it.
things at once and called for the disqualification.
Yeah, but not this night.
Is he off his
You
game?
tell.
No, he's
Or
not
is he
off
on the
his game.
take?
No, he's not off his game or on the take. Here's you simpletons. Look at this. Okay, so when he's doing the count at the Clash of the Champions, is what you're referencing.
Yes, I am.
The pin is right there, so he's facing the entrance ramp. I mean, unless he's got eyes in the back of his fucking head,
Which it kind of sounds like in a couple of his promos.
he's
Yeah.
not looking that
The man
direction.
that has new cars, new watches, a new house.
That's immaterial. Totally immaterial.
No, the guy, his ego is maybe the size of or bigger than Hulk Hogan's.
I will say this.
Whoa. There is no ego on this planet That's
besides yours, but Nick Patrick is full of shit, and I'm going to get down to the bottom of it.
I will say this. It's an unfortunate, tough lesson Randy Savage had to learn. But
can we not have a fair, concise match between these two?
I mean, when bad blood is brewing between Hogan and Savage, it spills over. And there are casualties of war, and in this case, the Giant was a victim here. Because he didn't get the clean victory
He did
that
get the
he
win,
most
though.
certainly would have gotten.
As he was laid on his back in the middle of the ring, eating the elbow drop that has won multiple titles.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
But it's the Giant.
He is amazing. But that being said, Macho gets rolled back in the ring. Giant covers. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, the Giant. Start rating on this one, sir.
This was all over the place. I'm gonna go 2.
Okay.
In the ring, it's just not great.
It's
A lot of fun storyline, a lot of emotion, but yeah.
Is this the shortest match of the night, if I remember right?
It might be.
Because there's
Either that or Ice Train and Orton.
it is. It's Ice Train and Norton goes 7:08. This goes 7:47.
Okay.
By the way, those are the only 2 matches of the night that get below 13 minutes.
This show got a lot of time, and I like pay-per-views where the matches get time, so.
But you just have 8. You have 6 solid matches and 2 less than solid matches.
Oh, yeah.
And you give the 2 less than solid matches the least amount of time.
That's how it works.
That's the way it should be.
That's how you do a good pay-per-view.
So,
You know how you quickly run a good pay-per-view?
how's that?
Bring out that giant...
Bring up the NWO?
No, bring out that giant waste of money and that human fucking waste airbag, Michael Buffer,
We'll get to that here in a
to
second.
gargle his way through a 30-minute explanation of War Games.
First of all, we haven't got quite there yet because we have a couple things before we hit that. First off is the Halloween Havoc promo
Yeah.
with Macho in his Halloween outfit.
Pretty sweet promo.
And we get the glory of the double cages with all the pyro. Then we go to the back. And we have Mike Tenay, of course, still doing the promos tonight, doing the interviews, with Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Lex, Woman, and Liz. And Flair thinks Tenay's Gene.
Okay, thank you. I'm not the only one that caught it.
Yep.
Gene! He's on vacay today, buddy.
But one thing we get from Flair and from Arn here, there is no replacement.
That's kind of stupid.
They will fight as the Horsemen.
That's dumb.
Lex is back in the Horsemen, I guess. And
Right? That's the first thing I thought. Like, wow.
they will fight as a unit, and they will need no extra help.
That's stupid.
I generally want 4 guys on my team, but, you know.
It's a ballsy play. We're going to find out where it goes from
Oh,
there.
wait! There is a 4th guy, because here's Sting!
Mm-hmm.
And he shows up and says, yo, what's up, guys? They're like, you son of a bitch! Before we murder you, what the hell? He's like, I was in Japan! You all knew this! I was working New Japan last week! I wasn't in the fucking country! Oh yeah? It looked like you and it sounded like you. You're my best friend. I know it was you. He was in Japan!
Well, nobody's ever accused Luger of being a brain surgeon.
Yeah, but
No. You leave him alone.
you think you know your best friend's in another country.
You would think.
Or you
Or
know,
at least if a guy is dressed like your best friend and attacking you, you'd probably be able to look in the face and go, hey, that's not Sting.
no, he said he looked him in the face, looked him in the eye, and knew it was him.
Hey.
Shit.
Speaking of looking someone in the eye, in this whole promo, Sting has his back to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the real Sting?
Yes, I was.
Oh, in the promo, yeah.
Yeah, was it real? Okay, because I thought it might be.
Well, the real Sting's in the NWO.
No.
Or what's going on? I mean, who knows? We have to watch.
We have to watch.
Oh, let's
can't wait
watch
to
this
find
next
out.
match.
I'll get back to it.
All right. Well, now we get your super special buffer intro.
Fuck Buffer.
So,
That sounds like a job.
that being said,
What do you
Get
do?
ready to rumble!
Corey,
I'm the fuck Buffer.
you're the fuck buffer. Please give us... Oh, wait, we already went over the rules for this match, didn't we?
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir.
we know that 2 men will start and they'll have 5 minutes apiece.
I did better than Buffer did, that son of a bitch.
And each guy after that gets 2 minutes. The coin toss will happen after the first 2 guys are in the ring.
Yes.
Our teams, as are announced, are for the NWO, Hogan, Hall, Nash, and a mystery fourth.
Yes.
For Team WCW, Flair, Arn, Lex, and nobody else. Okay.
That's awful short-sighted on their part. I thought they had a pretty good teammate. I don't know why they dumped him.
The first person to come out is for the NWO. With Ted DiBiase, out comes Scott Hall.
I mean, that's really the only pick you could have made there.
He's kind of your workhorse.
Yeah, of the 3.
Yeah. Now,
No surprises coming out next.
Joe,
Yes.
for Team WCW. First person out. The enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Great start. Great start.
Could you pick somebody? I will slap both of you in the face. Fucking Deborah Four Finger.
4 fingers and Deborah, what?
I have
This
no
one
idea
game
what
is
you're
just
talking
a lot
about.
cooler.
No, Arn is the best choice you could have hoped for.
Oh, of course.
Now,
Team WCW all the way.
and this is a fun little start to this match.
And once again, I have a question. Where's the theme music? Why do we have the, generic opener music?
You know, I don't know why they did that this year. I'm not sure why.
Very weird.
Pisses me off.
Ambiance, maybe?
They also mentioned something weird about the beginning of this match. Is this the first War Games ever to have a ref in the ring?
Yeah, Nick Patrick's in the ring.
Yeah.
Once again, that's a little weird that Nick Patrick's in the ring while this is a NWO match.
You're right. It's weird that the senior referee would be in the main event. That's weird.
Also weird, by the end of it, there's 3 refs in the ring.
Yeah, see? So there shoots your little conspiracy theory down.
But it's kind of weird that it was Nick Patrick's the first one.
Yeah, Nick Patrick's the first one.
Senior
because
referee.
We'll get to a moment in this match.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing I love is each team has their own entrance depending on which cage you are. So, Team WCW has the close one. They just have to go down the ramp, hook it right, you get the door right there around the right side. Team NWO has to go down the ramp, hook a left, walk to the end of the second ring, and then go into their door. That's a long walk.
It is.
Yeah, especially on Hogan's knees.
Damn.
Arn hits that spine buster, then locks in a half crab. Oh, but it's time to find out who won the coin toss. And Vince Russo's not booking, so the job goes to the heels. Therefore, NWO, you are next out. And you will bring in Kevin Nash. The outsiders together.
That's not good.
One question. So they start beating on him, and
Get that big boot from Nash.
so the rules are the match ends when all the competitors are in the ring.
Yes, that's
Right?
true.
So why is Nick Patrick asking Arn if he should stop the match?
I'll stop this match right now. I'll end it.
That's an excellent question. I think in this case, he just simply forgot what kind of match it was.
He's-
You see in other matches, referees, like in a no DQ match, they're saying, they got to the rope and they start counting to 5. It's no DQ. It doesn't matter. But force of habit, you've been reffing thousands of matches.
It's you do one of these a year.
Yeah.
You'll miss things every now and then. It's like a Hell in a Cell or a Rumble or something like that.
Yeah.
You forget things every now and then. When you do them so
But as a
infrequently.
senior referee, he should know all the rules and the book.
I mean, I'd say it's definitely a botch on Nick Patrick's behalf.
Damn right it's a botch.
I'll say it's a rare misstep.
But again, I've even seen Earl Hebner make these mistakes. Or,
You want to talk about a crooked fucking ref.
I've seen Red
No.
Shoes make mistakes
I don't think
like
so.
this.
It happens.
Granted, Red Shoes will tell you to go for the pin. It's really weird.
I know, right? An encouraging ref.
Then, to even up the sides, out comes Lex.
Hell yeah.
The Sheen comes
Sheen
out,
himself.
and there are there's one problem with Lex though.
He jumps the gun.
There's 15 seconds left on the clock before he enters the ring.
Fucking cheater.
I don't think so.
But that being said-
I just think that the clock was off.
There are
It's all somebody else's fault.
The clock was off.
the Lex Express hits with many lariats and many bionic forearms. By the way, should that ever have been legal?
No! Thank you for bringing that up.
What?
He's got a bionic fucking forearm.
So?
He has a metal plate in his arm. He should have been forced to wear a pad around his arm.
Not
or
his
something like
fault.
Actually, it was. It was a motorcycle
Yeah.
accident.
I just like the fact that Bobby's like, just fuck the rules, send everybody down.
Yeah.
So, things are not looking good for the NWO here.
Hell yeah, Team WCW, bye bye.
But, as they did win the toss, they have the next man out. And it is Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
For life.
Who comes out about 10 seconds too early.
Yeah, he jumped the shark too there, buddy.
What's good for Luger is good for Hogan. And
we get this break off in the match as the outsiders kind of take Lex into one side of the ring and Hogan takes Arn into another.
He's got a receipt. I remember earlier this year, Arn used a fucking woman's shoe to pin Hogan on Nitro. There's a receipt coming.
Next out, though, we know what's coming. Woo! Out comes Flair.
Those sheep in North Carolina start acting accordingly.
Oh, they go ape shit, bananas crazy. And he calls out Hogan right off the bat. And then, low blows for everybody.
Yeah, full tilt boogie in full effect here.
You get a low blow, you get a low blow, you get a low blow.
Everybody gets a low blow.
And he locks the figure 4 on Hogan. Well, that's
a little too early there, Flair.
Everybody's in the match, right? Oh, wait, that's right. The NWO has a 4th.
Yeah, it's not my fault you guys kicked off the best member of your team.
And
but
in
whatever.
Comes Sting.
No, I can't. No.
Man, that was a shitty haircut he got, though.
Right.
All curly and stuff. Does Sting ever have curly hair? Where the fuck did he get a perm? But
must be this new NWO money, but that can't be Sting.
Then the crowd. You know what they start chanting?
We want Sting.
We want Sting. He's in the ring.
No, we want. That doesn't. Sting cannot turn his back on WCW.
So here's the thing. Hogan drops a leg on Flair. Sting starts hitting stinger splashes all around.
Oh god, that looks like Sting. Sounds like Sting.
But then the clock counts down. And it hits 0. And out comes Sting.
There he is. That's the one I was... Oh, there's Sting.
Wait. There's a Sting there. And there's a Sting there. What's going on now? Why is there 2 Stings? Why are we in multiverse?
Notice I'm being awfully quiet.
Yeah. It's a little weird that,
So also...
the NWO has their own Sting. And this is what I wanted to bring up in that promo. I honestly thought that was the NWO Sting.
No, you can tell because he didn't have curly hair.
I didn't notice the curly hair. That
also,
time.
He wasn't bulked up by 50 pounds.
Yeah, I just thought it was because he had his back to the camera the whole time.
No, you face the camera a couple times. You can
Not
definitely
really.
tell the hair.
Like it's like side angle, but.
But the main thing was the hair.
Yeah.
Everybody stops. NWO and WCW alike, and it's like, oh, this is awkward. As Sting faces off against Sting, then Sting just beats the shit out of the entire NWO single-handedly.
Yeah.
Takes them all out with stinger splashes. He is beating NWO. 1-on-4, he could take this entire screw.
And he did.
He proves he was the true one. He yells at him, "Do you believe me now?
I do.
Do you believe me now, Lex?"
Always have and always will.
Well, fuck you.
Stick it.
Tells him to stick it.
Sting, what are you doing?
And he leaves.
What? No.
Sting walks out on WCW.
What? That's NWO Sting walk.
Oh yeah, hold on, wait a minute. Lock the door. It's time for the match beyond. Wonderful there. Oh, yeah.
Lex eats the leg drop from Hogan. Fake Sting hits a fake Scorpion Deathlock as Hogan covers Lex's mouth.
Well, he's giving him a front chancery.
Oh, that's what it was.
It's a double team. They're double teaming Luger, who's a known quitter.
Nick Patrick gets down really close to Lex's head and says he submits. He even gets Randy Anderson over there to confirm the
two refs
submission.
confirmed it. So
and Lex submits.
Of course, Lex takes the fall in this match.
Your winner.
You're in Flair country, so you ain't gonna get one of the Horsemen too.
By the way, your winner, the NW.
What a beautiful game plan this was. So beautiful.
Get a fake Sting?
I've been waiting to talk about this for a week now. Yes. So, you guys are so inept and so stupid that it was so easy to fool you guys into thinking that your savior and the only guy you knew would never leave you left you.
The franchise, the
this
icon.
This is how easy this was. So yes, we got, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know, Sting, I guess. Sting. His name could be Sting too, I don't know. Point is,
It worked for the Rock and Roll.
we got a guy with face paint.
You call him
beat up
Stang?
Luger. Yes, right?
Stang.
I mean, Luger's so stupid he doesn't know what his best friend looks like. And all of a sudden, we've got a victory in War Games, and all those demands are met.
So,
Terrorists.
First, before-
you're a bunch of terrorists.
that's a little strong. But it is also... Wow, how did they not see that? He was in Japan! Before we get to the aftermath,
Yes.
star rating.
I like this War Games. It's not one of the cream of the crop, not one of the very best, but I'll go 3 1/4 on this.
Okay. Very fair rating for that. I was just looking 3 1/4.
Oh, by the way, I noticed you totally missed the part of the match where Hogan beats the living fuck out of Flair for about 5 minutes straight.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that ring. It was a little hard to...
Oh, come on. They focused in on it.
Couple receipts.
He was beating his ass.
Also, everything is about the aftermath.
Oh, yes. This is quite the aftermath.
So we get this shot as they raise the double cage. Lex is pushed out of the ring. And he's crawling up the ramp, yelling for Sting.
Which
Sting,
one?
come back! Well,
Which one?
Sting's still in the ring.
Stang. It's not Stang.
Stang.
For the real Sting to come back.
Stung.
Stung.
Scott. He's just yelling for him to come back. You know, he's like, wait. We're not done with you yet.
No.
They drag him back in. But then the Horsemen start fighting. They start fighting back. They're gonna make it. They're gonna stand. And no, they don't.
Well, come on. It's the interview.
Then Macho comes out
Macho's hurt.
and he chases Hogan through the 2 rings to the back ring. And he's got him cornered.
It's almost like Hogan's setting him up.
And then from behind, there's the Giant.
I mean, seriously, this is so fucking easy.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost like, I mean, WCW is like special needs.
Macho's hurt from earlier in the night. He doesn't know what he's thinking.
Well, you know what you can think
He's
now?
watched Hogan.
Chokeslam.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Then they're just standing over here and beating him.
What do you got to say
kicks
about
and punches.
that? What do you got to say about that? You got like 5 guys beating up one guy.
He came in and attacked him. I mean, self-defense.
Then, okay, here comes Liz.
She must have went through all the alimony and all that shit.
And she's begging them to stop hurting Macho.
Oh, please. She just ran out of money. She wants more.
And, I mean, they're like, no, chokeslam. Second chokeslam to Macho. And they're going to continue. Oh, then they break out the spray paint.
Yeah.
They're going to spray paint Macho again.
Well, hell yeah.
She lays on top of him to sacrifice herself to save him.
But she's really trying to get some more money.
And
I know. I just think she's worried about Macho because your scumbags keep jumping him.
Yeah, I mean, I bet she is worried. If both of his hands are broken, he can't write any more checks.
Well, she gets spray painted on the back of her dress.
You're making too much of that.
Then Hogan grabs the mic,
Hogan's helping her.
starts mocking the wedding vows of Macho and Liz.
I mean, they are divorced. I mean, come on.
Then spits on them.
Okay, that was a bit much.
Then, all the time, the Giant's spray painting the mat.
Hey, yeah. He's a budding artist. I mean, goddamn. Aren't people allowed to express themselves artistically anymore?
And then Tony Schiavone calls this,
That's just graffiti.
and I quote, the worst thing in wrestling history.
Because that man's not known to hyperbole.
A little bit, maybe. By the way, they end up spray painting Macho anyways. And then a third choke slam, but this time it's a total team choke slam.
One question.
As everybody gets a hand in.
One question before the spray painting happened. When she first gets in there, what is Nick Patrick doing? Nothing. Not backing the NWO off. He's just standing there.
There are 5 guys.
I mean, 5 guys, 2 of them 7 foot. Are you going to get in between them and say, look, all of you need to
He
go to
should
the
have been
back?
a real man and step up and try to protect Miss Elizabeth.
Man, I don't know if I'm that brave.
He does eventually hold her back from any further abuse.
See? He's helping.
But then he,
The
that
damage
doesn't
is done.
work.
The damage is done.
As they corner Miss Elizabeth. And I was like, well, okay. There are 5 guys, 2 of them 7 foot tall, cornering a woman in the ring. That doesn't look good.
I don't remember that part.
Well, it was happening while they cut to commentary and they tell us about it.
There you go. That's why.
The commentary team basically licking their wounds at this point. We should have trusted Sting.
Yeah, you probably should have. I mean, that was stupid. It was almost.
I believe Sting. Since
It was
2
almost-
weeks ago when him and Luger took the car for a little
This was
cop car
this
to
was
help
too
out the
easy.
local police.
This was too easy.
He was in Japan, Joe. Oh, that's right. You weren't with Lex anymore at this point. You were supposed to tell him that Sting was in Japan.
Like, nobody in that company had that memo. Actually, it's believable in WCW that nobody knew Sting was in Japan.
You know
who booked Sting in Japan at that point?
Wait till next week. That's all I'm saying.
I think I know who it is, and I got some questions for him.
Well, our commentary team now has to bolt because here comes the NWO.
One man can stand firm for a couple minutes. Seconds.
The Dusty One. The American Dream.
Again, I was torn as fuck.
Then what is it? Hogan calls him Daydream Believer.
Yep.
But eventually he subsides.
He just wanted him to sing. It's a Top Flight Monkey song from 1967.
It really is. I think that's my favorite Monkey song.
It's a lot of people's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then DiBiase says, well, we've won. Now we want all of our demands met.
They won, so they're going to get him.
They're a bunch of terrorists.
And that's all there is from North Carolina. As we see the final shots of one of the ringside doctors and Miss Elizabeth helping Macho to the back.
Bunch of scumbags. That's all the NWO is right now.
That's just thuggish tactics, man.
Thugs.
You
Bunch
cornered
of thugs.
a woman in the corner of the ring.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that part. I can put it on the network right now to show you.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. Just saying I don't remember it happening.
So with that, before we get into what everybody came for,
I don't know if I'm even ready for this.
we got to talk about, did people watch this pay-per-view?
Well, I bet they did.
Well, as for the buy rate on this pay-per-view, Fall Brawl 96 does a .65.
Not bad.
Not bad. To give you kind of an idea of how we're doing before that, what was it? Road Wild was before this last pay-per-view, correct?
Yes. Hog Wild.
Hog Wild then, but still Road Wild on my list here. That did a .62, so actually up from there. Mm-hmm. And Great American Bash had done a .48. Bash to the Beach had done a .71. So it's staying pretty level, if not doing a good job here. Now, that being said, how much did this pay-per-view cost?
$29.95, $27.
$30.
Yeah.
Would you have paid $30 to watch this?
Oh, hell yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Would you have paid $60 to see this in the current era?
Yes.
This card is fucking stacked. Also, I would totally pay the $9.99 a month for the to watch it.
It's stacked, right? At the time, this was considered a throwaway B card.
This is fucking amazing.
Right?
That's insane. I wonder how that's going to play into the award show.
John Henry.
He was in Japan.
I'm depressed right now over the WCW loss.
Had to wind up the machine there a little bit to get some more power through it.
Or get it back. Terrorists.
So, let's go ahead and start with match of the night. So, I assume this is going to come down to that 3-match stretch in the middle.
Probably.
Because they're 3 fucking amazing matches.
I guess it really depends on what your favorite style is of the 3.
Because 2 of the people that made the Toshi 10, my 10 count, also available here on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSellEntertainment.com.
Super Callow made your top 10?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
So,
Jericho and Mr. Benoit did.
so let's go with you first, obviously. You're going to pick...
I'm going to pick Conan versus Hoovy.
That's not where I thought he was going.
Funny enough, I really liked Benoit and Jericho, but I, again, have seen them have much better matches. I really, again, yes, Joe, to your point, it's a bit sloppy at times, but it's the more memorable match to me. It's the match that I'm going to remember spots from more. It was a fun fucking match. So with that being said, Joe, where are you going to go with yours?
I'm going to do the Super Calo versus Rey Mysterio match. Just because watching Ray be so crisp and smooth in all his moves, and, you know, as you said while you're reviewing the match, just making up moves up the off the top of his head.
Mm-hmm. That is
crazy and unbelievable.
Corey?
Well, you threw me for a loop. And everything you said about Conan versus Hoovy is why I also am picking that match as my match of the night.
And again, you are absolutely correct about Rey Mysterio, Joe. But I'm getting a lot of that similar vibe, maybe not as crisp, but a lot of that inventiveness from Hoovy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Hoovy is there, but when the man trips over himself at the stairs, and I feel like that's the second time I've seen him do that, and he's been on air for maybe a month total so far.
But that triple springboard move.
You're going to get real used to me saying this over the next 4 years on this podcast.
Hoovied.
Hoovy doing Hoovy things.
Worst match of the night.
I got this, yeah.
We going submission match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going submission match. Yeah, that's... You know what the problem is? It's actually probably an okay match. It's also...
If you don't make it a submission match, it'll probably be okay.
Because I love watching those two hosses fight. But it's also on the worst possible pay-per-view to do that on.
Yep.
Because everything around it's fucking stacked. MVP of the night. Now, this could be very interesting. You've got a lot of choices here. You got some great matches. You got a lot of guys doing some very important work here.
I got mine.
Okay. Where are you going?
Hollywood Hogan.
You would.
No, seriously. He's the linchpin of the War Games and everything that happens after it. Because he's the focal point that gets Savage out there. The Liz thing, the history. It's all on Luger. It's all on Hogan. He also plays an integral part in the ending of the Savage Giant match. He's really the focal point of like the last hour of the pay-per-view.
It's very true. Very true.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Hollywood Hogan.
Okay. Joe?
Mine's gonna be a weird one. My MVP is Sting.
Actually, somebody I was thinking about too.
Because of the fact you watch him, because you watch him in the match, and he destroys the entire NWO.
I was considering Sting.
And he just shows that, you know, he is the true WCW megastar that he is, and how he can be dominant against anybody in a ring. And your main group of the Horsemen and Luger doesn't believe him and says, no, you jumped us last week.
Oh, it wasn't just them. It's the entire WCW locker room.
Yeah, the entire WCW locker room turned their back on him, and he just wanted to show what they're losing.
It's a very valid point. Plus, what this means for the future coming out of this event is what defines WCW for the next year or two. You are right about where I was thinking, but I'm going to go a different direction. My MVP of the night is the Macho Man Randy Savage. Because he has a horrible night.
Yeah.
He has a awful night, but it's again, the story is just perfectly told here.
Yep.
He's trying to fight a one-man crusade against the NWO. Because he's too fucking insane to look for help, especially after what happened previously. He's going to try to do this on his own. And again, the match with the Giant, everything connecting to Hogan, what happens after the War Games, and the promo beforehand. Love that promo.
Great promo.
Thinking.
Love it. I mean, come on, Savage.
I think he's actually the linchpin of this entire show.
Not a bad pick.
Also, he does the Halloween Havoc promo.
That's true.
Because he's main eventing the next pay-per-view. So, it's WCW, so he's not on the list. Who's your Moa Dib of the night?
That's actually tough.
Where are you going to go with this one, Joe?
My Moa Dib will... I'm just going to go...
This dead air is beautiful.
I know, I'm trying to think. I want to say Nick Patrick, but... I'm just going to go Ice Train.
Oh, I got mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got mine.
Ice Train just because... Nah, he just didn't look good.
Okay, I'm not saying that's understandable. Corey, where are you going to go?
The Nasty Boys. They need to get the fuck off my TV screen now.
I will 100% concur with that.
Yeah.
The Nasty Boys are fucking shit. So yeah, that's going to be my Moa Dib as well. And with this, the most important part of the show, Joseph Lessel.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I have a lot of what the fucks. Like, WCW. You turn your back on Sting. I'm a true WCW fan, and I wouldn't turn my back on Sting. But my truly what the fuck moment is WCW. Why did you let the Giant come out to the dungeon music?
That is fucking brilliant.
You had one job.
That's, oh god.
And you notice it when he's like already in the ring.
They even mentioned it on commentary. Oh, you notice he's the first guy from the MWO not to come out to his own music, or come out with his own music, or not through the crowd. Oh wait, probably shouldn't point out the fact that they fucked up the music cue. No, that's a very good what the fuck.
Goddamn.
Corey?
Well, I could go with the ultra obvious Conan, you're defending a title, where the fuck is the belt? But I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go with the pay-per-view as a whole. Like I just told you a couple minutes ago, this was considered a throwaway pay-per-view in terms of matches. They didn't even bother to announce the majority of these matches till the go-home week. And look how fucking good it was. Their roster is so stacked right now. They literally just advertise the top 2 matches and then just throw shit at you on the pay-per-view. And it's this good at the time.
Oh yeah.
Compare that to... I don't want to speak disparagingly, but compare that to the pay-per-view that we're going to watch next week, where they had 4 weeks of heavy build, and what you're going to see is the best they could come up with.
I'm going to be honest, for our next pay-per-view, I know only of maybe one match.
Oh, they've announced all of them. It's just they've done such a wonderful job.
I can tell you 2 of them.
Nah.
Because
He's like, don't bother.
there's
Don't
one with the
bother.
managers.
Oh, yeah. And I already know that because of you two talking about it off air, not even on the
They did
podcast.
a fucking promo for it last week.
I don't remember it.
Do you not remember
No.
Hispanic Vince McMahon?
No. Oh, I do. Oh, yeah.
So that leads me to my what the fuck. And my what the fuck goes to one single solitary man. And that man is Lex.
What about him?
How do you not know your best friends in fucking Japan? Seriously.
Jeff, it's my fault. I forgot to relay the memo.
How do you not look into the face of the guy that's beating you up and realize that's not my best
He
friend?
had rain in his eyes. There's pouring out there.
That was wonderfully
pouring.
produced out there.
It was pouring, that's true.
But still, he was in another country.
My one question about that the rain. You know that. Do you think they would have produced rain?
I think it was a wonderful coincidence that it
Or
was
just a
raining.
yeah,
lucky happenstance.
Like if it was like just cloudy out, do you think they would just like, all right, get the hose out? Or yeah.
Yeah.
But then you see in the back, everything's dry.
Yeah.
No, that was a very lucky set of sets. But still, I'm pretty sure if you guys knew, if I was in Japan, you would all know about it.
If you shaved your beard, you in Japan, no. If you shaved your beard, I think we wouldn't recognize you.
To be fair, I have threatened to shave my beard off before, and you have threatened me with like legal.
I'm pretty sure I'd recognize him without a beard.
You might.
I mean, you did know me without a beard
Right.
for a long time.
I think I would recognize him.
I would go, is that Horace Hogan?
Ouch. The look, guys at home, the look that the voice just gave Dasheen was amazing.
Just asking. You might look Horace to me.
You're gonna die. I'm gonna put you in there with the NWO and see how you survive.
Oh, I'll kick all their asses. They're all pussies.
I'll make you fight Lex.
Don't you dare.
Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll call Janetti back to get you another reunion tour.
Fuck off, Janetti.
So, with that, you see Joe's even reminiscing already on air about the wonderful times him and Janetti had.
Nope.
So with that being said, we bring it into another pay-per-view war story. Because next week we must do another. This time for the WWF In Your House Mind Games.
Now, we've been talking a little shit about it, but there is like a lot of interesting stuff to talk about with that pay-per-view. And I can't wait to educate you guys because there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, this should be fun.
This is going to be one of those where it's like, I get to like put on the teachers. I'm a Dean Douglas. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to educate the masses. Whether they want it or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dean, what would you grade this pay-per-view?
A B+. It's
a B+ player response. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm about to say, it's not quite A material yet.
But it's close.
It's close. And you'll be able to listen to that here on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on YouTube, and on NoCellEntertainment.com, where you can rate, subscribe, follow, tell everyone you know, not only about the pay-per-view war stories, but about the Monday Night War stories as well, which will be coming up here shortly with the fallout on Nitro from this pay-per-view, as well as the go-home show to Mind Games for the WWF.
We have like 6 weeks to the next WCW pay-per-view, by the way.
Wow.
We have 2 in your houses before we get to Halloween Havoc.
Sheesh. Oh, this should be fun.
Yeah.
This should be a lot of fun. You can tell us all about that fun on the Twitter at NoCellENT, Snapchat NoCell Podcast, Instagram NoCellENT. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/NoCellEntertainment. Contact us at NoCellEntertainment.com for email, if you still use that. And, of course, you can follow all of these on our Contact Us page at NoCellEntertainment.com. You can also follow us individually on the Twitter. Joey?
At Dasheen. That's it.
That's it now. Corey?
That kayfabe guy.
And, of course, you can follow me on Twitter at the MacTheMWACK. And with that being said, for Producer Zen, for Dasheen Joseph Lessel, for the Human Wrestling Database Corey Mack, for the wonderful people in Flair Country, I am the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. Good night.